Hey everyone, it's Brenda with Stampin' Up here, and today I have some beautiful cards to show you using the new Light and Wonder bundle that is in the new mini catalog that just came out. We are going to be using this die right here, okay? And we're also going to be using the Lights of Aurora paper, and I apologize, I need to get different tape here. I had that my machine, I didn't have any more white tape, so it's clear, and I don't like that because I can't see it. So I need to get a new cartridge for my label maker. Anyway, so let me show you what we are making today. I have a tutorial for you, but I am using the Lights of Aurora paper, and let's see, we have this one, this one, this one, and this one, and I think then today we're using a different one, and I think that is this one. Nope, that's the same one. So I'll have to figure this out here. Anyway, so let me show you the cards that we made, and then today's going to be just the background paper is just going to be a little bit different. So here's the first one I came up with. Of course, I used the Glimmer paper. This is not Stampin' Up Glimmer paper. I just used what I had. So all of my cards are probably different Glimmer paper, but I did find a white Glimmer paper on Amazon that works really well. But the only problem is that it doesn't cut through very well without a precision plate. So for this particular card, I don't know if I would recommend it unless you have a precision plate. A precision plate is, this is a Sizzix plate. It's actually like a mirror on the other side. It's chrome, and any delicate punch outs that you're going to do with your dies, this is a really good thing to have. I don't know if there's one that coordinates with the Stampin' Up machine, but if you have a Sizzix, that is very highly recommended by me if you're going to use these dies with glitter paper. Some of my glitter paper, though, is thinner, and it worked really well. But the one that I bought, this is the one I got off Amazon, and it's really thick. You can hear it. It's very thick, very durable. It's clean. It doesn't come off. It doesn't shed. And it makes a beautiful cutout. But see, this is the one I did without the precision plate, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or not, but you can see where the backing was ripping off as I was trying to punch all these out, and I just got tired of it. So I got out my precision plate, and it was perfect. It was like butter, just went right, just cut perfectly. So anyway, this is my card, Let It Snow. And then I did use some retired stamp set on the inside. You don't have to make this a Christmas card. It can be anything. You could use regular paper cardstock for the trees if you wanted to, and just make it a happy winter card. You could make it anything you wanted to. You could make it happy birthday. You could do whatever. So there's that one. Here's this one. On the inside, they're all the same. It's just the paper. You can see that they're just a little bit different. And then here's this one. And here's this one. All right, it's gorgeous paper. Some of them I'm not thrilled about, but once you put something over the top, it looks really nice. So let me show you what we need to get started. By the way, this card is kind of thick. It's a little heavy. I did not weigh it yet, so I'm not sure if it will be over an ounce or not. You can ask me in the comments if you want, and I will try to have that in the description if I don't forget. But if I do forget, just ask me, leave me a comment down below, and I will let you know, okay? So we're using the Light& Wonder dies. I'm not using the stamp set, so even if you just get the dies, that's what I'm using. Snowflake Wishes for the Let It Snow. This just came out as an online exclusive. Traditional labels. This is in the new mini catalog that just came out. And I'm using the dies, not the stamps. That's this die right here for our little sentiment on the side over here. Okay. And then on the inside is a retired set called Snowflake Wishes. And this was out in 2020. So it's been out for quite a while. It's been long retired. And I'm using the Snowflake Wishes for a Merry Christmas and one of the snowflakes. Okay. But you can decorate it on the inside whichever way you'd like. It's not that big of a deal. Change it up, make it your own. I always say that. You don't have to make exactly what I'm making. So for the paper products, we need Blackberry Bliss, which is 5.5 by 8.5, scored and folded at 4.25. We need a piece of the Lights of Aurora DSP. This is the one I'm using this time. Okay. This is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Okay. That is going to layer on our Balmy Blue, which is 4 by 5 1/4. So it's just gonna leave us, wait a minute, that's for the inside. Wait a minute. 4 1/8. Okay, 4 1/8 by 5 3/4 is gonna go on the outside. This is gonna layer on here like that, and that's gonna layer on there like this, okay? So, Balmy Blue, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. White glitter paper. This is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. It's the same size as this. And the reason I did it the same exact size is that you can cut it out and then you can just line it right up and glue it on or tape it on, whichever way you're going to do it. So 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. For the sentiment here, I'm using scraps of beautiful bokeh, and these just come in all different colors, and I just tried to match the paper the best I could. Some of them are different. So we have this one, the same as what we've got, and then we've got the blue one on this one, so I've got more blue, and more blue on this one as well. Okay. You can use any scrap you want. Doesn't have to be beautiful bokeh. If you've got something else that you think matches better, that's totally good. Then on the inside, we've got Balmy Blue that is 4 by 5 1/4, and basic white that is 3 3/4 by 5. And that's it. That's all we need. Okay. So, for the inside, we're going to do our stamping first, I guess. So we're going to need this piece, and we're going to need this piece. Okay. Put these aside. And then we're going to do some cutting. All right, so on the inside, we are going to stamp our Snowflake Wishes for a Merry Christmas in the middle here somewhere. We're going to use the Blackberry Bliss. You could use the Balmy Blue if you wanted to. Just going to bring in my silicone craft sheet to put underneath here. I'm just going to center that. There we go. And then I do want a piece of scrap paper. I'm trying to conserve these Stampin' Up grids because I make a lot of videos, so I don't want to have to use one for every single video. So I'm going to take Balmy Blue and my snowflake. This is a different snowflake from that set, and I'm just going to stamp that. There we go, like that. Okay, and then on our beautiful bokeh, we just need to make sure that we have the right size for our traditional label here. All right, so this is probably wide enough, yeah, that I can stamp it this way rather than this way and waste a lot of paper. I'm going to stamp it this way, okay? We just need our Let It Snow and get our Blackberry Bliss back out. I could have done that at the same time, but that is just going to be a visual there for me to know that I need to center it right there like that. Okay. Okay. So that is going to be cut out just like this. And then we're going to take our piece of glitter paper and we are going to line that die up. I love this die. It is kind of a pain to have to punch all these little things out. As you can see, I didn't really even punch all of mine out. I'll have to do it the next time I use it. But anyway, what I did is I lined this up so that this tip is almost up to the top, okay? And over just a little bit, kind of centered. It doesn't really matter. You can line it up as long as the edges are over. You want the edges of the die over the glimmer papers to be sure that you're not getting it cut out of the center. You want it all the way cut out, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to line it up about like that and run that through. Now, like I said, you probably, at the very least, you need a shim. Anyway, mine anyway. These are very small cuts. So you definitely want to use a shim or an extra piece of cardstock to make it a little thicker and tighter so that it'll cut well. And like I said, if you have a precision plate, that is the best way to go, no matter what you're cutting out. Okay? I'm going to pause you. I'm going to cut these out. I've actually got this cut out already. And I'm going to go cut this out, and I will be right back. Okay, so we have our sentiment cut out. And here is my die cut. And let me put my little die away so I don't lose it. Don't want to lose. This would be kind of easy to lose, so put that back in there. Okay. So this is that new glimmer paper, and this is the one I cut out with the precision plate, and you can see how well that cut out. There's nothing left. No tears, nothing. It's beautiful. Okay, so this, let me get rid of this scrap paper here. What we need is our Lights of Aurora DSP. And like I said, this is going to line up perfectly because we made it the same size. So see how easy that is to line up? And what I did, I think this is the easiest thing to do. I know that I'm a big tear and tape person, but I found this to be pretty easy. So I took my tear and tape and I put a line along the bottom, just like that. And then I came in with my 1/4 of an inch, put a little bit more up here in these solid areas. Just make sure you don't get it over a hole because you don't want that showing. Okay, and I think I did. Oh, no, close. Okay. So what I did is you can take this tear and tape backing off of the skinnier ones, and on the bottom you can do that as well, or you can fold it over just a little bit like that. We're going to line this up, and if you put this flat on the table and just line these up perfectly, then you can press that down, and then you can take this off and you've got almost perfect placement. Okay. Now, what I did is I turned this over and I just flipped this up, and I just took my art glitter glue with the tiny tip here and just made a couple little dots on these areas to hold that down. It doesn't have to be completely glued down. Just random dots of glue, okay? And then just press that down. Okay, there's that. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. I love it. Okay. So this is going to be layered onto our balmy blue that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Now, if you are wanting to make sure that you've got the dimensions right, you can do the inside first, okay? And we know that this is going to go perfectly on the inside piece, okay? And this is going to fit perfectly on the inside of here, okay? This one is just going to leave a tiny, tiny little space. And you know, I never put big pieces in the inside like that. So, you know, you want your smaller piece on the inside, okay? Because this is cardstock, I'm just going to go ahead and glue it. There we go. There's our inside. Okay. This, as you can see, I got it off just a tiny, tiny little bit. It's not very noticeable, but you can see it right here. So I'm going to trim that off. You know me, this perfectionist here. You could put this in a paper trimmer and trim it off if you want. Probably not going to be perfect, but that's okay. So sometimes when you're making your, cutting your paper is not going to be exactly the same, even though you're doing the same measurements. So that's all that happened there. All right, so this is going to go on here like that. And then this is going to go on here. Okay. This I am going to use tear and tape. I don't want glue showing through our DSP. So I am going to use tear and tape on this piece. There we go. Put that right on there like this. There we go. And then this is cardstock, so I'm just going to go ahead and glue that on. Got a little glue on the edge there. That's another thing about glue. Make sure that dries. I'll turn it over and give it a back rub. Like I said, this is kind of thick. Okay, you can see that. You know what? Before we're done, I may pause you and just go weigh it and see while I'm at it. That way you'll know. Anyway, for our Let It Snow, I am going to use the Stampin' Seal Plus because this is very strong and it will adhere to our Glimmer paper pretty well. So just need to make sure that this is centered. Sometimes this gets off-centered, and I'm not really sure why. And I'm not a huge fan. It's very sticky. But like, I'm not a big tape runner fan anyway. They're okay. I just think that the placement sometimes is not as good, I don't think. And then they get off track and different things. So I just don't always use it. Anyway, so there is that. But this stuff is super, super sticky, and it sticks on really well. So there is my card for today. And like I said, let me pause you. I'm going to go weigh it real quick, and I'll tell you what the weight is. Okay, good news. With the card, my envelope, and my little protection sheet, only 0.9 of an ounce. So it is under an ounce. You don't have to worry about extra postage. So that's wonderful. Anyway, so here's my card for today, and here are my others. They're basically the same exact card. It's just the different DSP and different glitter paper. As you can see, some of them are just look a little bit different. But that's it. And I hope you like these. The Lights of Aurora paper is absolutely gorgeous. And like I said, I love the Light and Wonder dies. They're so nice. So this is my first time playing with this set, and I like it. So anyway, let me know what you think. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell button so you don't miss a video. I put 2 videos out a week at least, unless something happens that I'm sick. And that's it for today. Have a great day and God bless. Bye-bye.